Hello fellow bolters. Today I'm going to talk about my boat not getting over 4,000 RPMs when the throttle was full. Wide open throttle, I was getting 4,000 RPMs and no more. First I thought that maybe I'm overloaded. The seas were high. But then I came home and think about it, and no, I should have got 5,000 RPMs and maybe not get out of a hole as fast as I could, but it should go past 4,000 RPMs. The boat did not go past 4,000 RPMs, wide open throttle. So after a research, and yes, my engine is Mach 350. It's not underpowered because before the boat was going 5,000 RPMs with no problems. So here's what I'm going to do. So after a research online, I find out that I need to put more koozies on the boat and all different colors. And once you do that, at least your drinks will not get mixed up and everybody will have their own koozie. Okay, besides the point that might need a new spark plugs. So I ordered a set of new spark plugs and a wine opener. Okay, that's how it works, by the way. If you guys didn't know, that's how this works, right? So we're gonna put new spark plugs on this boat, and also a new fuel filter. We're not gonna smoke while we're doing this. Now, I also have an empty coffee can, and everybody's like, "What?" Well, because when we're going to pull the old one, we're going to put it in here and we're going to close it and we're going to dispose it properly, not just into the garbage. Okay? Okay. So here's our fuel filter, which you guys can watch my other video to show how to change the oil filter, fuel filter. This is also a water separator. So for today we're gonna do the spark plugs and the fuel filter. I will show you the fuel filter when I take it out because I'm pretty sure it's dirty, and the information I found online is that if your spark plugs are not firing good, then you might not be able to get your full wide open throttle more than 3,500, 4,000 RPMs, or if your fuel is restricted, which might be, you also will not get a high RPMs on full wide open throttle. So those are the two things we're going to change today, and we're going to run the boat and see if this helps or not. So I'll get to it. As far as I can tell, this oil fuel filter was not changed since factory installed, simply because you can see there is chips coming from the fuel tank, and there's a big one down there, and if you can see it right there, you see there's a huge chip in there, and inside, I'm going to try to show this to you guys, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually sand in the fuel. So yeah, that needed to be changed. Like I said, you guys know how to do this from my previous video, but yeah, that's unacceptable. The fuel filter is filthy. and it has chips and sand and everything else in it. Oh, and by the way, I find out that this little gizmo guy looks pretty dirty to me. I have a feeling that this has to be changed also. And that's it. I mean, I know I've seen it online, and they're white, not dark like this. That means it's dirty. So this might be restricting the flow of the fuel. And by the way, I checked the gap. My gap on the spark plugs is 28,000. So it comes out, if you look at this gauge, that's 20, 25, 30. So it stops right before the 30, about 28. That's what it looks like. So the spark plug goes to 28. And I checked all of them. They all. So you look at this side of, because you're sliding it from this end and you go around counterclockwise. So the farthest that it can move in is to 28. So this side determines what the gap is. Not that side of the spark plug. This side of the spark plug determines what the gap is. And right now the gap is 28. Here's the comparison of the old and the new. Yes, it's still in the plastic because I'm going to take it out of the plastic right before I put it in. And this goes first on the bottom. To take it out, you can take a grip, pliers, nose pliers, and wiggle it out very gently. It's kind of hard to do, but you can kind of take it out and wiggle it out. And to put it in, I suppose going to be the same thing. You just put it in and slightly push it on equally so it goes to the bottom. Once it hits the bottom solid, then you reinstall the filter on top of it. But yeah, it definitely needs to be changed. This could be a potential for not enough fuel getting into the engine, so definitely needs to be changed. As you can tell, which one is the old one, which one is the new one. The gap on the old one right now is about 60,000. And you can see that the tip is almost burnt out. Now with the new tip, I believe my boat's gonna in the top shape. So definitely need a new spark plugs. The access, as you can see, I got a lot of room here. So access is not so bad on both sides. The only problem I had was this guy here. It's right behind. It's right behind it. But, you know, it's not so bad. I use my regular wrench, and when you're putting it in, first put the spark plug inside, kind of line it up, and kind of start turning it until it hits. I know it's easy to say, but if it doesn't start, don't force it. For me, it was really easy. It wasn't so bad. The access is not bad. I got a lot of room on both sides. And I don't know if you can see, but this guy goes to 62,000. Pretty much all of them are within the same range. Some of them less, some of them more. But yes, this is bad. I believe this was my problem right there. And the fuel filter. Yeah, that should be white. Kind of see that it's not. So as far as the gapping on the spark plugs for MerCruiser Mech 350, I found a very mixed information on the internet. So if you Google it, you're probably gonna get it wrong. Refer to your MerCruiser operational maintenance and warranty manual. Look through it and you'll find what you're looking for. I found it in this manual. And if we go to page 50, fuel requirements, page 52, we will get the engine specifications, and in here we're going to get our spark plug gap, which is 1.5 millimeters, 60,000. So my spark plugs were 28,000. I guess I have to open up to 60, and that specification for all the models. They all require a 60,000 gap, and they're all wide open throttle, should be around 5,000 RPMs. I was barely getting 4,000, so that's why I'm doing the spark plugs and a fuel filter. So here's the gapping. It's about 60,000. So we have everything gapped to 60,000. Well, this is the part number for this guy. 35892665. You can probably get it on eBay for about $30. I had to get it because I was in the middle of it, so I had to go to the local shop. It wasn't bad. It was only $41 or $42 with tax. So, you know, when you need it, when you're in pinch, it's not bad. But I usually order my parts online over the winter. But that's what it is, guys. This. And as far as my spark plugs, the part number is 3623 BPR6 EFS. We'll see how they're gonna run. I'm gonna wait a little bit because I can still smell some gas. But no, actually it's not so bad. I think, yeah, it's me. So let's start that puppy and see what it is. Well, first we gotta unhook it from power. Okay, so let's prime it. Okay, there was the pump, fuel pump, and we're gonna prime it again. That was the fuel pump, and I'm gonna prime it one more time. That's basically all I'm doing is off and on, and I'm listening for that fuel pump. And let's see. I was hesitating a little bit. But oh boy, is it much quieter. Well, it is working. We'll see for how long. So today is the day that most boaters fear, that you have to break another 1,000, but nevertheless, we smoke our cigar. I'm having water because I'm sick. Otherwise I would have a beer. And it's a successful day. Engine been running for a few minutes now. No issues. Nice purring. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to start it again and see if my start improved. I know it took like 2 seconds, but I know last time before I changed the spark plugs, literally 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds. I'm not exaggerating. I was literally cranking on it and waiting for start. So let's do this. The pump is on, beep, and I think that was less than 2 seconds. I honestly, it improved 100%. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Good job. You know what? Maybe I'll have a beer. We'll see. Being a boater, not just the fun stuff, but the really fun stuff. It's not that hard. You got to keep up with it. That's all it is. If you cannot do it yourself, you can pay somebody else to do it. It will probably cost you around $500. If you pay somebody else, might cost about $100 in parts. That's 8 spark plugs, fuel filter, and the secondary fuel filter, which I pay premium because I didn't get it online. Which anyway, it ran me under $100 and a couple hours of my time on a boat in a marina. Good thing is today it's only 67 degrees, otherwise I would be sweating my 67 degrees, perfect weather to do a tune-up. Next week, it's the week when we start pulling boats out. This weather is going to change and we're going to have to winterize this puppy. Again, please like it, subscribe, and if you don't like it, let me know why. Okay, prime it. And wait for priming the gas. Don't have to turn on the vent since the hatch is open. And here we go. Now for a final test.